What is a literature? For many, it can be just an academic subject or a form of expression. But blessed are those who have come to understand and not only know that the literature is an art. I can assure that everyone who is listening to this have had a rapprochement with a book. However, not everyone has the same taste for reading. Some still remain indifferent. This occurs especially in Mexico, as according to the UK market research agency NOP World, it ranks in the last places of reading level, painfully the 24th, with an average of 5.5 hours per week, half of which are made by indigenous people. Also, the statistics have been declining, resulting in a decrease of 10% in the past 4 years. In addition, according to the 2019 INEGI studies, annually in Mexico there are read 3.3 books per person, which as we see is a low average. I think we are all capable of adopting the taste for reading, and if you haven't found it, maybe it is because you haven't read the right books yet. Although, regardless of the book you choose, it is clear that once you finish reading it, you will no longer be the same person. When we read, we learn, and knowledge sets us free. Other advantages of reading are that it expands our vocabulary, gives us more conversation topics, and health benefits. Also, through books we can, in some sense, travel through time or experience an alternate universe. As Emily Dickinson said, to travel far, there is no better ship than a book. That is why I used to say, just look beyond the sky, to express that imagination has no limits and there is always more than what we have ever seen or imagined before. There are even stories in books that have once been just fiction, but now have reached reality. This demonstrates the power of imagination, and as Albert Einstein said, it is more important than knowledge. Among the main justifications that are given for the current reading level, there are the lack of time, disinterest, and difficulties in comprehension. However, no one is born as an expert, and there are even people that get to learn a discipline only by the guidance of a book. Besides, it is understood that our rhythm of life accelerates, but people still spend time on social media, watching series, etc. In fact, 25% of the population had only read texts in WhatsApp or advertisements. This can be solved by starting from small goals, such as reading 10 minutes a day, which is a great habit, and although it may seem small, the effect is big, both for the person and his environment, because actions are contagious. So we can all contribute to increase the culture of our country. The development of the world begins with each one and is in our hands. As we begin to wind it up, when we turn the first page of a book, just look beyond the sky. Thank you.